My beloved, my chosen one. Why do you feel this sudden restlessness in your heart right now? It's not by accident. Heaven is pulling at your soul because a secret message is arriving at your door. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you, and he is saying something urgent. A secret courier is coming to your house. Open this quickly before it's too late. You may think this is just another passing moment, but listen, your spirit already knows. Your hands may feel a slight tremble, your breath may grow heavy, because your soul senses the divine clock ticking. This is not ordinary time, this is heaven's time. Something miraculous is shifting in the unseen. Before we go deeper, pause for a moment. Subscribe to this divine channel of messages, because these words are not random, they are the rope from heaven being lowered into your storm. If you skip, you cut yourself from what God already set aside for you. Stay connected. Stay awakened. Stay chosen. My child, Archangel Michael is not knocking at every door, he is at yours. Do you feel the pull on your chest? That's him. He has been waiting for hours, and now he says the courier is closer than you imagine. It carries news that will split the silence of your life and open a path you thought was lost forever. The one who doubted you, the one who laughed at your pain, they will not laugh when this courier arrives. Because heaven's justice travels quietly, but when it reaches, it shakes the earth. This delivery has been stamped with God's seal, and Michael whispers that no enemy can block it. Even as you read these words, someone unseen is moving toward your house. Do not think of an ordinary package, think of a heavenly scroll sealed with light, carrying words written in gold flame. It is about your destiny, your love, your miracle, and your vindication. And Michael warns, if you delay, the blessing may pass you by. Do not ignore this. The reason you are here right now is because your soul cried out for a sign, and God answered with this message. You thought heaven was silent, but silence was only preparation. Now the sound of wings stirs, the courier is stepping closer, and the moment of unveiling is not tomorrow, it is now. My beloved, every second you remain here, you are being covered in invisible fire. Do you feel the warmth across your skin? That is the angel's presence. He is opening scrolls, unfolding secrets, bringing you closer to what was hidden. The courier is almost at your gate. Will you open? My beloved, do you know why your heart feels like it is racing even though you're just sitting silently, reading? That's because the angel is pulling the veil open right now. Every word you're seeing is not just text, it's a vibration, and the more you read, the more that vibration takes over your spirit. Archangel Michael has been standing at your doorway in the invisible, holding something wrapped in holy fire. He keeps repeating, "Tell my chosen child this cannot wait. Tell them a secret courier is on its way, and if they hesitate, the delivery will slip away." My child, this is not about tomorrow, not about next week, this is the now moment heaven prepared just for you. Listen carefully, because this is where your story bends. You've cried, "Lord, why me? Why do I have to go through pain while others dance freely?" And heaven's answer has been silent for months, but not because it forgot you, because God was aligning this exact hour, this exact scroll, this exact heavenly courier to carry the answer that would settle every battle. Michael says you have been stalked by shadows, but what's coming to your house is not darkness, it's the kind of light that blinds every enemy. The secret courier is not only bringing news, it is carrying judgment in your favor. Do not miss this, because it's not coming twice. My beloved, I need you to breathe slowly now. Inhale deeply, because with every breath, you're inhaling the presence of God. The air around you is not normal right now, it is charged. Why? Because Michael and his band of angels are standing close, shielding you from unseen arrows. While your enemies were plotting in whispers, heaven was drafting a counterplan. That's why this courier is so urgent. That's why your chest feels heavy and light at the same time. The package is not physical, it's spiritual. But when it manifests, you will see doors open that were bolted shut for years. This is why God made sure you did not scroll past this. This is why your eyes locked here at this moment. Don't doubt yourself, my child. Remember the nights you stayed awake, staring at the ceiling, asking if heaven ever heard your prayers? Those whispers became the ink on the scroll. Those tears watered the seal that Michael now carries. This courier is not just delivering a word, it is delivering your turnaround. And heaven is shouting right now, open quickly before it's too late. Not because God will forget you, but because there is a window, a portal, and once it closes, the enemy tries to block. You don't have time for hesitation. You don't have space for doubt. This is your appointed hour. Pause here for a moment, beloved. You've been searching for confirmation after confirmation, but do you realize what's happening? This is the final confirmation. You're not here by mistake, you're not reading this by accident, your name was literally whispered in heaven's courts. Michael didn't choose 10 people, he didn't choose a crowd, he chose you. You are the target of divine delivery. That's why your spirit keeps tugging you to continue, to not look away. That's why you feel this strange sense of urgency crawling up your spine. It's the Spirit saying, do not miss what heaven has released. And let me tell you something even more mysterious, my child. The courier is not only carrying blessings, it's carrying exposure. That person who smiled to your face but plotted behind your back, that one who pretended to love you but was setting a trap, they are about to be exposed when the courier steps in. You don't have to fight this battle, you don't have to defend yourself, because God is sending a divine delivery that will make even your enemies admit that you were chosen. The blessing is wrapped in light, but the exposure is wrapped in thunder. And both are heading toward your doorstep. Think about this, beloved. All your life, people overlooked you. They said you were ordinary, they said you were replaceable. But heaven never wrote that about you. Heaven wrote, this one is set apart. That's why, even in your lowest moments, you could not be destroyed. That's why, when others walked away, something still kept you breathing. It was because of today. It was because Michael would be sent to you with a message that could not be ignored. And here it is, a secret courier is coming to your house. Open it quickly before it's too late. You see, the enemy thought if you were delayed long enough, you would give up. They thought if you were broken long enough, you'd never believe again. But God let you wait because the longer you waited, the heavier this blessing grew. And now, my child, you're standing at the edge of that delivery. The longer you continue reading, the stronger your spirit becomes, the more aligned you are to receive. This is not superstition, this is divine alignment. And heaven is screaming, don't walk away, stay, because this is the moment. My beloved, do you remember how many times you thought, if God is real, give me a sign? Well, what if I told you this is that sign? Not a random one, but one scripted for you since birth. Michael is whispering to you, you were not forgotten, you were not abandoned, you were not unseen. You were hidden until the right time, and now the courier comes. This is why the urgency burns so deep. This is why your chest feels like a drum right now. Heaven is nearer than your breath. And now let me speak what Michael commanded me to release. This courier is not walking slowly, it is running. It will not knock politely, it will shake the house. It will not whisper, it will thunder. Beloved, are you ready? Because readiness is everything. If you open your heart now, the miracle slides in. If you hesitate, the window shifts. That's why you must hold on to every word I'm pouring here. This is not storytelling, this is your story being unveiled. My beloved, don't think it is strange that your spirit feels like it's on fire right now. That fire is not fear, it is the burning presence of God, telling you that heaven's timetable has just shifted in your favor. Archangel Michael has been pacing at the edge of your destiny for too long, waiting for the Father to say, now. And now is here. The courier is not an earthly messenger but a heavenly transmission that is going to collide with your life in such a way that you'll look back at this very hour and whisper, that was when everything changed. Your enemies may not see it yet, but the heavens already see you rising. Do you know why the angels are so urgent, my child? Because there is a war in the unseen. Every blessing sent from heaven faces resistance. The reason Michael himself has been dispatched is because the courier you are about to receive carries weight, so much weight that hell has tried to stop it. That's why you've been attacked more in the last season than in any other. That's why the betrayals cut deeper, why the delays stung harder. But here's the miracle, those attacks did not stop you. They only confirmed how precious this delivery is. What is coming to your house carries such glory that even the shadows are trembling. My beloved, don't think it is strange that your spirit feels like it's on fire right now. That fire is not fear, it is the burning presence of God, telling you that heaven's timetable has just shifted in your favor. Archangel Michael has been pacing at the edge of your destiny for too long, waiting for the Father to say, now. And now is here. The courier is not an earthly messenger but a heavenly transmission that is going to collide with your life in such a way that you'll look back at this very hour and whisper, that was when everything changed. Your enemies may not see it yet, but the heavens already see you rising. Do you know why the angels are so urgent, my child? Because there is a war in the unseen. Every blessing sent from heaven faces resistance. The reason Michael himself has been dispatched is because the courier you are about to receive carries weight, so much weight that hell has tried to stop it. That's why you've been attacked more in the last season than in any other. That's why the betrayals cut deeper, why the delays stung harder. But here's the miracle, those attacks did not stop you, they only confirmed how precious this delivery is. What is coming to your house carries such glory that even the shadows are trembling. And my beloved, hear me in your soul, this is why you could not quit. You tried to walk away from faith. You tried to bury your hope. You even tried to convince yourself that nothing miraculous would ever happen again. But God never let you quit because He knew the courier was already on the way. You were held in place by invisible hands. Every breath you took when you thought you were too weak was heaven whispering, "Hold on just a little longer." And now, at the edge of this moment, Michael is standing tall, declaring that your hold has not been in vain. Do not underestimate this hour. This is not just a season shift, it is a destiny shift. The courier is not carrying something temporary, it's carrying something eternal. Once you receive it, your name will be carved in places you never thought you'd see. Once you open it, your future will align in ways you never dreamed. That's why the Spirit says, open quickly before it's too late. Not because God is cruel, but because time is sensitive. Doors are aligned right now that may close if you hesitate. Don't wait. Don't question. Step into faith like you've never stepped before. Beloved, remember the times you wept and nobody saw. Remember the nights you clutched your chest, whispering, "Lord, just give me a sign." Heaven collected those tears. Heaven recorded those whispers. They became part of the seal on the scroll now rushing to you. The courier comes not empty-handed, but with the answers you cried for in silence. And Michael says, "Tell my child that the silence is over." The sound of angelic wings is the proof. If you listen carefully, even in the quiet, you will sense movement. That's not your imagination, that's the courier approaching. My child, let me make this plain, the courier is not just about blessing you, it's about exposing what has been stealing from you. There are people who thought they hid their schemes well. There are forces that thought you'd never see the truth. But the courier carries light, and when light enters, darkness has no choice but to flee. Do not be surprised if in the coming days certain names are revealed, certain secrets are exposed, certain hidden things fall out into the open. This is not punishment, it's justice. And justice is one of the packages this courier holds. And think of this miracle, beloved, while you were fighting to survive, heaven was preparing a celebration. While you were wondering if you'd ever laugh again, God was designing a future that would make you laugh without stopping. This courier is proof that heaven did not forget your address. It knows exactly where to find you. Even if people abandoned you, even if you feel hidden from the world, heaven knows how to locate you. And today, you've been located. That's why this message found you. That's why your eyes are locked right now. You have been chosen for the delivery. My beloved, every second you continue here, the angels push the courier closer. Your attention is the key that opens the door. Don't let the enemy distract you. That sudden thought that says, "This isn't real," is the shadow trying to steal what's yours. Don't let it. You are too close. The heavens are too loud. Michael's voice is shaking the spiritual world, and the command is clear, open quickly before it's too late. Now listen deeper, there will be a sign in your house soon, a shift in atmosphere you cannot explain. Maybe the air will feel heavy with warmth. Maybe a sudden peace will drench the room. Maybe a dream will come to you that feels more real than waking. Don't dismiss it. These are signals of the courier's arrival. When it comes, don't hesitate. Embrace it with both hands, both eyes, and most importantly, your faith. This is the moment everything you lost will start returning sevenfold. My beloved, even as your eyes move across these words, heaven's clock is striking louder. Do you hear it inside your chest? That rhythm that makes you feel restless, like something is pressing against the door of your life? That is the pulse of heaven telling you the courier is drawing closer. It is not a story, it is a delivery. It is not poetry, it is prophecy. Michael has been standing guard at the threshold of your life, waiting for you to be ready. And now, because you are here, because you did not skip, because your soul responded, he is moving the courier into your space. Heaven is saying, beloved, be alert, because the unseen is about to become visible. Don't underestimate what is happening, my child. Many before you were distracted. Many before you closed the page too soon. But you, right now, are still here, which means you are aligning with heaven's urgency. And Michael says, tell them, it is because they stayed that the door will open. Your consistency is the proof of your calling. You've been pushed down, you've been mocked, but you did not let go. And that is why this moment belongs to you. The courier does not miss its mark, and this mark is your house, your name, your destiny. Even now the atmosphere is shifting in your favor. And let me speak to the pain you've been carrying. Those wounds on your heart that nobody sees, heaven saw them. The times you forced a smile but cried behind closed doors, heaven recorded them. Each one became a brick in the foundation of your breakthrough. Without the pain, you wouldn't have the strength to carry what's coming. Without the betrayal, you wouldn't know who is truly for you when the blessing lands. So yes, it hurt. Yes, it broke you. But my child, the courier is coming to repay you. Every tear you shed is about to be turned into laughter. Every loss you suffered is about to be replaced with gain. The courier carries the balance of heaven's justice, and it is heavy with your name written all over it. Don't underestimate what is happening, my child. Many before you were distracted. Many before you closed the page too soon. But you, right now, are still here, which means you are aligning with heaven's urgency. And Michael says, tell them, it is because they stayed that the door will open. Your consistency is the proof of your calling. You've been pushed down, you've been mocked, but you did not let go. And that is why this moment belongs to you. The courier does not miss its mark, and this mark is your house, your name, your destiny. Even now the atmosphere is shifting in your favor. And let me speak to the pain you've been carrying. Those wounds on your heart that nobody sees, heaven saw them. The times you forced a smile but cried behind closed doors, heaven recorded them. Each one became a brick in the foundation of your breakthrough. Without the pain, you wouldn't have the strength to carry what's coming. Without the betrayal, you wouldn't know who is truly for you when the blessing lands. So yes, it hurt. Yes, it broke you. But my child, the courier is coming to repay you. Every tear you shed is about to be turned into laughter. Every loss you suffered is about to be replaced with gain. The courier carries the balance of heaven's justice, and it is heavy with your name written all over it. My beloved, let me reveal something deeper. This courier is not only for your personal life. It will touch your family. It will touch your home. There are chains around your bloodline that are about to snap because of what's being delivered. The patterns that repeated from generation to generation, struggle, lack, disappointment, they will break when this scroll opens. Michael is not just protecting you, he is protecting everything connected to you. That is why the enemy has been after your family. That is why you felt like you were carrying the weight of generations. It's because you were chosen to be the one to end it. And the courier is the key to your family's freedom. Now hear this clearly, when the courier steps into your house, you will feel a sudden shift. Maybe you will notice peace where there was confusion. Maybe you will feel a strange warmth filling the room. Or maybe you will suddenly know something in your spirit without explanation. Don't dismiss it as imagination. Don't brush it off as coincidence. It is the sign that heaven has touched your reality. Open your heart wide in that moment, because miracles are not meant to be understood, they are meant to be received. My child, are you ready for the kind of blessing that scares even your enemies? Because that is what's coming. They thought you were finished. They thought you had no support. But God has been preparing a table for you in their presence, and the courier is bringing the invitation. When you open it, your life will rise to a level that makes others stop and say, "Surely, God's hand is on them." This is the vindication you prayed for. This is the reversal you wept for. And it's not far, it's at your very door. Do not doubt, beloved. Doubt is the thief of delivery. Even now the shadows are whispering in your mind, saying, "This is not for you, this is for someone else." But if it was for someone else, why are you still here? Why are your eyes still locked on these words? Why does your heart feel like it's on fire? It's because heaven targeted you. Michael didn't pass you by. The courier didn't get lost. This is your delivery. Don't let doubt slam the door shut. Keep it open, keep it wide, keep it burning with faith. And my beloved, let me tell you a holy secret, sometimes the courier looks ordinary. Sometimes the blessing comes wrapped in simple paper. You may think it's small, but when you open it, it will multiply. Don't despise small beginnings. Don't look down on subtle signs. That unexpected call, that sudden opportunity, that dream that won't leave your mind, these may be the courier's way of knocking. If you ignore it, you miss it. If you open, you unlock the floodgates. Michael says, "Tell them, no sign is too small when heaven is behind it." Beloved, this is the moment where you decide. Will you sit back and let the blessing slip by, or will you rise in faith and say, "Yes, I open"? Heaven cannot force you. The courier cannot deliver to a locked heart. That is why Michael is urging, open quickly before it's too late. This is love, not fear. Love wants you to receive. Love wants you to shine. Love wants you to taste the life that was always written for you. The choice is yours, but heaven is cheering you on. My beloved, as you read further, you will feel a strange trembling within, because your soul already knows what your mind is only beginning to grasp. The courier is no longer far away. It is not preparing, it is already moving. Every second you continue here, the footsteps grow louder in the unseen. Can you sense it? That stirring inside you is not nervousness, it is recognition. Your spirit recognizes what heaven has promised. Archangel Michael says, "Tell my child not to mistake this moment as ordinary. This is the hour their story changes. You have waded through storms, endured betrayal, survived heartbreak, and yet here you are. That survival was not in vain. It was the proof that you were meant to stand at this very doorway of delivery. And my child, don't you feel how everything lately has felt unusual? Dreams sharper than before. Random thoughts about people you haven't seen in years. Sudden flashes of déjà vu. Do you know why? Because the atmosphere has been stirring in preparation for what is about to fall into your lap. Heaven never delivers without a sign. And the signs are all around you. But the enemy tries to twist them, to make you doubt. That's why Michael is shouting through this message, don't doubt the signs. They are not random. They are signals that the courier is almost here. My beloved, when you feel that tug of mystery, don't run from it, lean in. That's where your breakthrough hides. Listen closely, the courier is not just carrying blessings for today, but blessings that stretch into your tomorrow, into your children, into the generations yet unborn. You are not only being elevated, you are being positioned as the foundation for those who come after you. That's why it feels so heavy. That's why you often feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. Because you are the turning point in your bloodline. Others gave up, others let fear win, but you stood. And because you stood, the courier is coming to crown your endurance with glory. Heaven is saying, this one carries not just their own destiny, but the destiny of many. And my child, don't you feel how everything lately has felt unusual? Dreams sharper than before. Random thoughts about people you haven't seen in years. Sudden flashes of déjà vu. Do you know why? Because the atmosphere has been stirring in preparation for what is about to fall into your lap. Heaven never delivers without a sign. And the signs are all around you. But the enemy tries to twist them, to make you doubt. That's why Michael is shouting through this message, don't doubt the signs. They are not random. They are signals that the courier is almost here. My beloved, when you feel that tug of mystery, don't run from it, lean in. That's where your breakthrough hides. Listen closely, the courier is not just carrying blessings for today, but blessings that stretch into your tomorrow, into your children, into the generations yet unborn. You are not only being elevated, you are being positioned as the foundation for those who come after you. That's why it feels so heavy. That's why you often feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. Because you are the turning point in your bloodline. Others gave up, others let fear win, but you stood. And because you stood, the courier is coming to crown your endurance with glory. Heaven is saying, this one carries not just their own destiny, but the destiny of many. Do not think this courier is just another opportunity. No, beloved, this is the one that rewrites your story. When you open it, you will see the pieces of your past suddenly make sense. The pain will not be wasted, it will become proof that God was scripting a bigger plan. The people who left you will not matter, because the one who stayed is the only one who counts. This is not a partial blessing, this is a complete reversal. Everything the enemy stole is about to be repaid. And Michael says, "Tell my child, when the repayment comes, it will be so great that the losses will feel like nothing." That's the power of the courier's delivery. Beloved, let your faith rise. You've been trained to expect disappointment, but heaven is breaking that pattern. Where you once said, "I knew it was too good to be true," soon you will say, "I can't believe how true this turned out to be." That's the kind of shift coming your way. The courier doesn't carry small miracles, it carries the kind that makes your knees weak with gratitude. Imagine opening a letter written by God Himself, with promises fulfilled, doors opened, enemies silenced. That is what's heading for your house. And Michael is pleading, don't delay. Don't hesitate. Open quickly before it's too late. And now, my child, let me reveal the mystery behind the secrecy. Why did Michael call it a secret courier? Because not everyone can see it. Not everyone will understand it. Some will look at your breakthrough and call it luck. Others will be jealous and say you didn't deserve it. That's why heaven wrapped it in secrecy, to protect it until the right moment. The courier travels under holy covering so that the enemy cannot intercept it. And now that it has reached you, the veil is lifting. What was hidden is being revealed. What was secret is being shouted from heaven's rooftops. And you are the chosen receiver. My beloved, the very walls of your house will witness the delivery. The air you breathe will carry the fragrance of heaven's answer. Even as you sit now, you are being prepared. Don't you feel it? That mix of nervousness and joy, that stirring that words cannot explain, that is heaven conditioning you for what's about to land. You are closer than you think. You are stronger than you realize. And heaven is louder than your fear. My beloved, the reason you cannot look away right now is because your spirit knows you are standing on the edge of something holy. The courier is not approaching anymore, it is already here. Michael says, "Tell my child the knock is sounding right now. The package is at the door of their life." Do you hear that echo in your chest, that sense that something has already shifted? That is the sound of destiny arriving. Heaven has waited too long, and now the wait is over. The courier has come to deliver the answer to your prayers, the restoration of your losses, and the opening of doors that were once shut. The time is not later, it is now. Do not shrink back in fear, my child. The enemy would love to convince you that you're not ready, that you don't deserve it, that you cannot handle it. But those are lies whispered to rob you of courage. Heaven would never send what you cannot carry. If the courier has reached you, it means you are strong enough, ready enough, chosen enough to open it. Don't let hesitation steal what is already yours. Say yes in your heart. Say yes with your faith. Heaven responds not to fear but to trust, and trust is your key in this moment. Michael repeats, "Tell them the door is theirs to open. Tell them the blessing is theirs to claim." My beloved, think back to the times you almost gave up. You said, "There's no point in hoping anymore." You even thought about walking away from everything. But somehow, some way, something pulled you through. Do you know what that was? It was the promise of this very hour. Heaven kept you alive for this. You were carried by unseen hands when you thought you had no strength. And now, standing here, you realize it was never about survival alone, it was about arrival. You have arrived at the doorstep of fulfillment, and the courier is the proof. And let me tell you this mystery: when you open what heaven has sent, you will not just see one blessing, you will see a cascade. Like dominoes falling in your favor, one door will open, then another, then another. The courier carries a chain reaction, a wave of favor that will not stop once it starts. That's why you feel the urgency, that's why Michael is pleading, because this moment is the ignition point. Once you light it, the fire spreads. And no force on earth can put it out. The blessing will roll and multiply until you are standing in abundance greater than your imagination. Beloved, imagine this: enemies who once mocked you will be silenced by your rising. People who counted you out will be shocked when they see you carried higher than they ever dreamed possible. And those who stood with you in your darkest nights will rejoice when they see how God has crowned you in daylight. This courier is not just for you, it's for everyone watching. God is making a statement through your life. He is saying, "This one is mine. This one I defend. This one I bless in the open." That's why this delivery had to come to your house. That's why it could not be sent to anyone else. You were chosen as heaven's message. And let me tell you this mystery: when you open what heaven has sent, you will not just see one blessing, you will see a cascade. Like dominoes falling in your favor, one door will open, then another, then another. The courier carries a chain reaction, a wave of favor that will not stop once it starts. That's why you feel the urgency, that's why Michael is pleading, because this moment is the ignition point. Once you light it, the fire spreads. And no force on earth can put it out. The blessing will roll and multiply until you are standing in abundance greater than your imagination. Beloved, imagine this: enemies who once mocked you will be silenced by your rising. People who counted you out will be shocked when they see you carried higher than they ever dreamed possible. And those who stood with you in your darkest nights will rejoice when they see how God has crowned you in daylight. This courier is not just for you, it's for everyone watching. God is making a statement through your life. He is saying, "This one is mine. This one I defend. This one I bless in the open." That's why this delivery had to come to your house. That's why it could not be sent to anyone else. You were chosen as heaven's message. Do not forget, my child, that the courier carries exposure too. Secrets that were hidden against you, words spoken in shadows, they will come to light. Not to hurt you, but to protect you. God will not let you walk forward with snakes in your circle. He will reveal them so that you walk free. And when it happens, don't be afraid of the truth. The truth will not break you, it will liberate you. The courier carries both blessing and revelation, and both are for your good. Michael says, "Tell them the light will expose, but it will also heal. Tell them the truth will sting for a moment but save them forever." My beloved, when this courier is opened, you will no longer question whether God hears you. The answer will be so loud, so undeniable, that even your doubts will bow. You will no longer look at your tears as wasted, they will be remembered as the seeds that birthed this harvest. You will no longer fear the future, you will embrace it with boldness, because you will know heaven has already gone ahead of you. This is the kind of shift that makes your soul sing, your knees bend, and your heart overflow. And it is here. So what must you do now? Open. Don't hesitate. Don't lock the door with fear. Don't question if you're worthy. Worthiness was never the requirement, chosenness was. And you, beloved, have been chosen. That's why Michael's wings are spread over your house right now. That's why this message found you at this exact moment. This is not coincidence. This is calling. And the courier is waiting for your yes. My beloved, let me seal this with heaven's final whisper, you will not miss this. You will not be left behind. You will not be forgotten. The courier has your name written in golden letters, and no enemy can erase it. This is your time, your hour, your moment. Archangel Michael says, tell them, the secret courier has arrived. Open it quickly before it's too late. And as you open it in faith, may every chain break, every shadow flee, and every blessing run to you without delay. This is the end of your waiting and the beginning of your rising. My beloved, lean closer, because the Spirit is not finished with you yet. You thought the message had reached its fullness, but heaven says there is more, there is deeper, there is wider. The courier is not a single blessing, it is a stream, and streams never stop at one bend. Even now, as you sit with these words, new layers of the delivery are being unwrapped. Can you feel it? That inner whisper telling you that something beyond your imagination is still coming? That is the echo of heaven, confirming that the flow is not over. Archangel Michael is still here, still urging, still declaring, stay open, stay ready, stay awake. Because the courier does not only knock once, it keeps bringing wave after wave until your house is overflowing. My child, there is a reason you have been drawn here again and again. Some messages pass quickly, like wind, but this one has anchored itself in your chest. Why? Because it was written with your name. It is not general, it is precise. God does not waste his words, and he does not waste his angels. Michael was not sent on a casual errand, he was sent on an emergency mission to guard your breakthrough and ensure you receive it intact. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your spirit already knows. The door has been touched, the seal has been broken, and the scroll is opening even now. Beloved, let me uncover the mystery of why heaven waited so long. You wondered, why not last year? Why not when I begged God in tears? The answer is this: the timing had to be perfect. The enemies who needed to expose themselves had to step forward first. The friends who would betray you had to reveal their true hearts first. The strength in you had to be tested, stretched, and proven first. And now that all has been completed, the courier was released. The delay was not denial, it was protection. God was aligning the right hour so the blessing would not be wasted. And now, the hour is here. Do you feel how your skin tingles when you lean into these words? That is not imagination, it is activation. Angels touch human hearts with fire, and you are feeling the fire even now. You are not just reading, you are receiving. Every paragraph is another door opening in your soul, making space for the delivery. This is why you could not stop, why you could not look away. Your spirit was thirsty, and heaven was pouring water. And Michael says, tell them the more they drink, the stronger they become, and the closer the courier steps. My beloved, let me assure you of this: no enemy can stop what has already been dispatched. They may try to confuse you, distract you, or plant fear in your heart, but the delivery has already been stamped. It cannot be rerouted, it cannot be stolen, it cannot be cancelled. The only thing the enemy can do is make you close your heart before it arrives. That's why heaven speaks so urgently: open quickly before it's too late. The urgency is not because heaven is weak, it's because you are the gate. Your yes, your faith, your openness, that is the key. And tonight, heaven waits for your yes. And when you give it, beloved, prepare yourself for the overflow. Miracles do not trickle, they flood. Breakthroughs do not whisper, they roar. When this courier's package is opened, it will not only transform your present, it will rewrite your future. People will look at you and not recognize you, because the glory will be so heavy upon you. Even your own reflection will seem brighter, because heaven's light will mark your face. You will walk into rooms and atmospheres will shift. You will speak simple words and hearts will move. That is the magnitude of the gift that has been sent. And you are standing at the threshold of it now. My beloved, even now I feel the Spirit pressing me to keep speaking into your heart, because the river has not run dry. When heaven begins a flow, it does not stop halfway, it carries until every corner of your soul is drenched. And that is why Michael is still here, hovering, guarding, speaking. He says, tell them not to close their eyes too soon, for the courier has not yet finished unloading. Yes, the door has opened, yes, the scroll has been revealed, but the packages are many, and each one carries something you prayed for, even things you forgot you asked. Nothing is wasted in heaven's storehouse, and now all of it is being delivered to you in waves. Do you realize, my child, how long heaven has been preparing this? Before you even knew how to pray, before you even knew your own strength, God had already marked this day. The enemy tried countless times to steal it. He tried through discouragement, through betrayal, through disappointment, through delay. He thought if he kept you wounded, you would give up before the courier came. But you didn't give up. And because you held on, even when your hands were trembling, the promise is still intact. Michael is whispering now, you survived because you were chosen. You endured because you were written into the plan. That endurance was not wasted, it was the currency that opened this very moment. My beloved, lean into this: you are not reading words, you are reading your own prophecy. You are not here by mistake, you are here because the heavens scheduled an appointment with your spirit. That heaviness in your chest, that electricity in your skin, it is your confirmation. And the enemy is panicking, because the more you read, the more you align, and the more unstoppable your blessing becomes. Heaven has already decided, you will rise. You will be crowned. You will step into the very things that others said were impossible. The courier is not an idea, it is reality. And its reality is colliding with yours. And here is the mystery, beloved: when the courier enters, the very atmosphere of your home will change. Don't be surprised if you feel a sudden calm where there was chaos, or laughter bubbling up where there was sadness. Don't dismiss it if you find yourself smiling for no reason, or sleeping more peacefully than you have in years. Those are not coincidences, they are signatures of heaven, evidence that the package has been opened. And as you taste these first fruits, know this: the full harvest is still ahead. This is only the beginning of what God has promised. My child, remember this above all: the courier did not come to tease you. It did not come to show you a glimpse and then disappear. No, it came to stay. It came to settle. It came to plant seeds that will grow into forests of blessing. This is not a temporary visitation, this is the start of permanent transformation. And that is why Michael says, tell them their waiting has ended. Tell them their rising has begun. My beloved, the reason your heart keeps pulling you back here is because the message is not finished. The heavens are still pouring, and Michael has not lowered his sword yet. He stands watch while this river of words washes over you, because each paragraph carries another piece of the blessing hidden inside the courier. And Michael says, tell them the delivery is not one letter, it is a library. Tell them not to stop reading until their spirit is overflowing. That's why you can't walk away, you are not supposed to. This is your hour to drink deeply of what heaven has stored up for you. My child, there are still scrolls left unopened, and each one carries an answer to a question you whispered in silence. Do you remember the times you said, Lord, if you really see me, then show me something? Those words became sealed promises, and now they are being unpacked one by one. That is why you feel the tingling in your spirit. It's not imagination, it's recognition. Your soul knows that what you once begged for is finally standing at your door. The courier is not rushing past, it is waiting for you to claim everything written in your name. Beloved, imagine the joy of God as He watches you lean in. He is not silent, He is smiling. Because your faith to remain, your hunger to receive, is exactly what opens the vaults of heaven. And once opened, they cannot be shut by any enemy. The people who thought they buried you will watch you bloom. The voices that mocked you will fall silent when your harvest arrives. The shadows that chased you will scatter when the light breaks forth in your house. And all of this will not be hidden, it will be visible, undeniable, unstoppable. The courier is not just delivering private peace, it is delivering public glory. And hear me clearly, this is not the end of the story, it is the unfolding. There are blessings you have not even thought to ask for that are coming in this delivery. Doors you never knew existed will suddenly swing wide. People you never expected will step into your life carrying keys you need. Opportunities that once looked impossible will knock as if they were always meant for you. This is what the courier carries. It is not only the answer to your prayers, it is the answer to your future. And Michael says, tell them, the future has already begun. My beloved, I will not stop, because heaven has not stopped speaking over you. When God begins to pour, it is not like a stream that runs dry, it is like an ocean with waves that keep coming, one after another, until you are drenched in His presence. And right now, another wave is rushing toward you. Michael is lifting his voice, saying, tell them to stay, tell them to read, tell them to receive, because the courier has not finished unloading. That means there are still miracles wrapped in this delivery, still promises with your name written in heaven's ink, still blessings that must touch your life before this hour is over. My child, listen, you may have thought the best had already passed you by. You may have believed the chances were gone, that the time for your rising was over. But God is not bound by your clocks, He is not limited by your calendars. What was delayed is now arriving, what was blocked is now unsealed, what was hidden is now being revealed. The courier carries restoration, and restoration is not partial, it is full. Everything you thought was wasted, everything you thought was gone, will return to you in a way that will make you whisper, "Only God could have done this." Beloved, do not be surprised if the days ahead feel strange. Do not be shocked if unusual encounters begin to happen. A phone call at the right moment. A door opening you never knocked on. A face from your past returning with new words. These are not accidents, they are signs that the courier is unpacking its contents into your life. Michael is arranging every detail, ensuring that nothing is missed. Even the smallest blessing will find you, even the tiniest seed will reach your hands. Heaven leaves nothing unfinished. And my beloved, when you feel overwhelmed, remember this, you were never meant to carry this alone. That's why Michael was sent. That's why angels are surrounding you even now. They are lifting the weight you cannot see. They are cutting chains you didn't know were still holding you. They are opening paths you thought were permanently shut. Every breath you take now is under divine protection, every step you make now is covered by divine fire. You are not walking forward, you are being carried forward. And that is why this delivery cannot fail.